How you doing? This is Mr. MEJIA Tutorials. I want to show you guys a little Dominican recipe that I know white people out there would like, and other people that don't know about Dominican food. I'm going to show you guys what you need to make plantains, fried plantains and salami, which is just the basics, but some good food to get you through anything. It's cheap. You get, for $1, you get like 5 of these. I got 2 plantains right here. We call them plantains, Spanish. I'm going to show you guys how to cut these. Cut the tips. And you grab like the edges of the plantain. You can see me? And you like put a little bit of the tip in there and go like this. You gotta stay within. And you go around. Go like this. It's the way my mom taught me how to do it. And then it peels off easily. You don't want to force it. So it won't stay stuck. Here you go again. Right? The trick to this is peeling it without leaving any residue. Is you gotta go, you stick your finger in there. If it doesn't slip off, then you go and do the next part. And just go like that. There. And if you leave a little bit, you just cut it off like that. Most of the time I could do it without leaving any residue on there. See, like this time around. Want to lightly peel off a little bit. And what you do is you cut little pieces like this. You don't want them too thick, not too thin. Because you're gonna mash them later. Well, not mash them. I'll show you. Boom. Alright, cut. Okay, look, we just cut our plátanos into little pieces. Next, what you need is a little bit of oil, which I went ahead and put some oil in there. Put your flame at 5, halfway. You never want to put it high. You might cook the outside quicker than cook the inside. So, let's wait for this to heat up. All right, we got here some salami. That's what you're gonna eat with the plantain. I like to eat salami, cheese, and eggs, but I only have salami right now. So, while we're waiting for our oil to heat up, we cut a couple slices of salami. Something like that. You don't want them too thin, because then they fold up in the oil. It's hard to get them to fry in the middle. You get them in a nice thick, not too thick. Alright, I think our oil is pretty hot now. What you want to do is you throw in the plantains. Throw in as many as you can. Throw them one by one, slowly. When I first started doing these, I used to mess them up all the time. Because, you need to get them nice and crispy to the point where when you mash it, it stays in shape. If you do it too early, it might break up and it's not going to be in a nice shape how it's supposed to be. Remember, always keep your fire at halfway, 5 or whatever. I did 2. I cut up 2 plátanos and plantains. When your oil is completely hot, It don't take long for them to fry up. Not at all. It's getting a little crispy right there compared to the other ones. You want to turn them around. The way I do is like nip it a little bit, turn it around, and just and they didn't cook well enough. The way you could tell is because when you look at it in the middle, it's like a little orange instead of being nice and yellow, like this one is right here. This one looks like it's done on the top. The way you could tell is if you nip it, they might make a little crispy noise. Like that one. You want your plátanos to look yellow like that, nice and yellow. Where it looks like you don't have any rawness. Okay, so we're gonna make sure you have your plate with napkins, because you know I like fried food, but you know I don't like to eat all that oil. So you throw them in there one by one. You know, it takes practice to do this food good. See, this is a nice one. This one's gonna look very nice when I mash it. Look like that. People have lived for years, centuries, living off this stuff. The Indians, the native Indians, and the Caribbeans used to, well, mostly all the Indians everywhere from Latin America used to do this. That's how they used to survive. This food is cheap and good. So my family, they be cooking for like 10. How much plátanos they eat in one meal? It's outrageous. This process takes 1 to 2 minutes. When they're mashed, now you're gonna cook it completely. Because remember, the first time we cooked it, they just cooked in the outside and a little bit in the inside. They didn't cook fully. This is where you fully cooked it. This process is obligated in order to get that. Turn them into chips, basically. You know, gradually put your heat up. I like to give it a minute each side when it's, you know, when the oil's really hot. All right. Now you turn them around. They cook quick in this once they're in this stage. All right, right now. This is the second part of the meal. As you can see, we got the plátanos there. Remember always to like tap them, because sometimes, you know, if you don't cook them right, they might get full of oil. So you want to, you know, get them as dry as possible. You can see there's barely any oil there. I already tapped them out. Nice and dried. Now we're doing the second part. Let's do it in the same pan, you know. You don't have to do it separately because these are still hot. They'll stay hot for a couple minutes, like 5-10 minutes, and stay hot as you cook this. Once you keep throwing them on top of each other, they keep warm. These right here, that to me is not fully cooked. I like it nice and dark. And this is the end result of what we're cooking, what we was cooking. It takes practice to get it like this.